Hello guys, so this is a very unusual video, but I just want to show you what helped me and possibly might help you to get rid of the scabies. Okay, well, number one, I just want to make acknowledgement that this is entirely in your own risk. I am not telling you here what to do, I am showing you what I have done. Okay? So, let's start with this. Let me tell you that none of the commercial product worked. Okay? The easiest way to make it, the easiest way I made it, was a little spoon of emulsifying wax textiles, and doesn't matter on the brand, but this is like I guess the least expensive, and they work miracles. Okay, so what I want to do, just like a little bit on a spoon, and this might be even too much, because you want to create milk. About this much. Throw it here, and this is a double boiler pretty much. It's a frying pan. It's preheated already a little bit, but I still have to heat it a little more. So I got just a glass container from the yogurt in the water here, and it will melt. The water doesn't have to be boiling as long as it's hot. It will melt the wax. Don't use the beeswax. I tried it, doesn't work. It's got to be emulsifying wax. Now the oil. It calls for, I actually diluted down the recipe a little bit to a very small amount, to pretty much one portion for one application. So this is a oleic acid. Okay, that's what the original recipe calls for. I think you can use any oil, again, as long as this is starting to boil, as long as the benzyl benzoate will mix with it. We have to test it first, that they will mix together very well, and again, they mix really well with this fractionated coconut oil. Okay, they mix really well with this. But I did get the original one, so that would be one of these, and I'm going to base it on a 25% solution or lotion. Okay, 25% of benzyl benzoate, and I got a little container here of that, just to make it a little more handy, and I got the measuring cup here. So next step will be add 10 milliliters of benzyl benzoate. Okay. And yeah, right there. So this is 10 milliliters of benzyl benzoate, and mix again. This is what's confusing me. This is actually what will dilute the benzyl benzoate, this oil, and that's how the strong the solution will be. But it calls for about 15-18 drops of this oil. That's 16, and I don't want to make it too greasy, so I'm going to probably stop right here. 16 drops. And now this, I don't know how to pronounce this, try something, whatever. and again, the original recipe calls for this, and this is just an emulsifier and stabilizer and something like that. So 3 to 4 drops of this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got 4, but that's fine. Now you can mix this together. These are the main ingredients, and you're gonna get like a little bit milky emulsion here. I hope you can see this. Let me see. Right here, yeah. Okay, it's a little bit cloudy. So that was this puppy here. And that's gonna go, again, you gotta make sure that this is warming up. And you're just gonna drop it pretty much inside here. Now, since we have 10 milliliters of benzyl benzoate, and we want to make it 25%, we're going to add 30 milliliters of water to this. And I would suggest to get over boiled water, cool down a little bit, but warm. This one is almost cold already, so let me actually warm it up a little bit and warm up this. This is actually good. You don't want to add cold water to it because that's going to be messy. This is going to take just a minute just to heat up the water. And then I can explain in the meantime what to do next. When you mix it, either you can put it in a container like this, or in a container like this, but it's easy to take it out of this just in case it's going to get a little more heavy. You can always dilute it later with the warm water. But the reason I got overboiled water is just to sanitize it, pretty much. But any water will work if you use it right away. So first I put it in this thing because it ended up being too heavy for me. It's kind of, I'm making like very small amount, so it's very hard to measure it exactly. Okay, but now I hope it's gonna end up better. So I'm gonna probably put it in this container, and you wanna, when it cools down. Yeah, this is warm enough. Well, I'll get to that point. Let me finish. When it cools down, when it's cooling down, you want to shake it. You want to shake it as it cools down. So now we've got to add 3 times of benzyl benzoate. So that's going to be, since we have 10 milliliters, that's going to be 30 milliliters of water. Okay, and there is a mark somewhere here which is 15, so you got 115 here. It seems like it's pretty hot. I don't want to starch it, so take it out. So cool off a little bit. Okay, so this one, and right away it turned milky, right? And you do want to stir it. Another 15. Where is the 15 mark here? Okay, so It's a little more than 15, so I'm not gonna dump everything in it, but I could. That's fine. And again, stir it, stir it, stir it. And this is what you're gonna get. Pretty much is milk, very thin right now. Okay. But you do want to have it thin. You can make it more thick if you add more wax, but you don't want to do that. I'll tell you later why. You want to make it thin. Alright. Now I'm going to put it into this container because it's much easier to cool it off that way. Okay. And you do want to keep stirring this because it will keep separating. Alright, and I'm going to go over the sink and put it over the sink. Because I knew I'm going to be messy. It's kind of small opening for this, but you got most of it in there. Okay. At least like, I don't know, 20 milliliters maybe. Now the top. And again, mix it, mix it, mix it. Okay, now, excuse the mess in the kitchen, but I'm going to point the camera towards the sink. And I'm just going to run cold water over this while I shake. Okay. So now, let me go back to the stove here. We have a beautiful, milky, kind of like yes, and it is a little bit on the heavy side. Okay, but I can pour a little bit in a dish, so you know what we're dealing here with. Let me see if it's cold. Yeah, it's pretty nicely cold. So let's shake it. This is why I like to use this container, because this one leaks. So if you're gonna make, if you decide to make any other lotions, probably this one will be better for that. But since you make an emulsion here, this one works better. And this is just a hand sanitizer that I bought for 99 cents, and I just bought it because of the container actually. So I can use the container. And this is back on top, just like all this. And this is what we're going to end up with. Let me actually flip this thing so I can see what I'm doing here. And where are we? Here. Here, okay, so this is how it's going to pour. A little bit on the heavy side. No, it's not going to pour. So it is a little bit heavier. I can always take water. Either I can warm it up under the warm water, which I should do, but it doesn't matter. It's coming out. See, we have kind of like a whipped cream here. Okay, it's coming out. And I'm going to use this right away on my leg. I didn't finish the application because I ran out. So I think this is going to be probably good, because if it's going to be sitting in a room temperature, it will probably turn into a perfect solution here. But this is what we're dealing with. So it's a little bit on the heavy side. but see, it's melting, it's starting to melt. The water probably cooled it down too much. And now just light application. And you do want to actually, I have to mention this, that not every part of your body will react the same to this, okay? Some parts of your body are more sensitive than others. So you will feel, actually I'm sorry, I should say, I did feel some burning after, well, let's put it this way. I applied it on my legs last night. I didn't feel nothing, even though I have plenty of bites on my legs. I feel just a little tingling after 10-15 minutes, and that will go away after half an hour. But I apply it also on the other parts of my body, and it's starting to burn. And it was burning for good 1 hour, and pretty badly actually. So since this is a 25% and the recommended lotion or emulsion is anywhere between 12 to 25%, then if you dilute it a little more with the water, and now the way it is, it will dilute with the warm water, it will dilute beautifully. But this is pretty much the basic, very simple emulsion, okay? And this is about the amount that you need for your whole body, pretty much, for one application. Actually, it will probably last for more than one, but it really depends. How big is your body, right? And see, again, this is still, it's kind of running now. You can see that. So this would be fine. Like, definitely fine for some parts of your body, like where the skin is a little bit tougher, like on your hands maybe, or on your legs. But maybe on some other parts you might want to dilute it to 1:2 or 1:1 even. If you dilute it to 1:1, then it's gonna make 12% solution, 12.5. Okay. But I don't even have to show you this anymore, because you saw that this container, when it warms up, it will start running a little bit. So this will be actually perfect. Whatever I show you here, that will be perfect. Perfect solution, 25% solution for. Yeah, it's gonna take a little more, but it's running. You can see that. Oops, sorry. Out of camera. Okay. Now it's running a little bit. So the room temperature, this will be fine. If it's too heavy, just add a little more water to it, shake it up, and it's going to be lighter, of course, less strong. So this is it. I'm going to leave some links below if you want to use them, up to you, for these products here. And hit me back if you like. I have to tell you, it does work for me. The other stuff, for example, tea tree oil. Tea tree oil doesn't really work for anybody, honestly. But like the clove oil, especially the one that I homemade, the clove oil, that works for my kids, for my wife. Even the commercial clove oil works for my kids, for my wife. Vinegar doesn't really work for anybody. The cayenne pepper, I don't know, so, but this is so harsh on your skin, you want to jump out of your skin. This, we never tried on anybody except me, so can't tell. I think the permethrin cream, the 5% permethrin cream, worked on everybody except me, but I'm not sure, it's been months ago, but I believe it worked on the kids and my wife. Neem oil, that's just, forget about neem oil, that's nonsense. So that's it, guys. Good luck. Okay, and just to be thorough, I will show you how I apply this on my skin. I already finished my leg, but this hand I will just show you how to apply this. And this is the one that I already poured. You see, I use very little, so pretty much get a little bit of this cream. Okay, and it's gonna be like this, milky, pretty much. But what you have to do, you have to apply it on a clean skin, wash it off with a soap, and actually clean it with alcohol, probably better. And then this is what's going to happen. You just have to massage it in, push, I mean, not you, me. I have to massage it in, push it in the skin. Okay? And it will get soaked in nicely. And you can still keep massaging it if you want, but this is good enough. And then I just let it dry before, like, let's say if it's on my legs or anywhere else on my body, I would have to let it dry for, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, and it will become completely dry, just like the lotion should dry on you, on me. And right now it's still wet, but after 10 minutes it's going to be completely dry, and you can just put on clothes or whatever, go to bed. I can put on clothes and go to bed, I'm sorry. And it will start burning. I just put it on this other hand, and I can feel, you can actually see like the red spots, probably a little irritated, and it will start burning after about 10 minutes of application. But then the burn, again, it depends on the parts of your body, on the parts of my body, will go away after, sometime after 10 minutes, sometime after 1 hour. So this is the original undiluted cream, and it's really nice, kind of heavy milk or creamy, or very, very light lotion style. So, I can show you even here. Okay. Okay, and how it works. Oh, and you do, I'm sorry, I do want to actually put it on, let's say in the evening when I go to sleep, or any time, doesn't matter. But just let's say evening I will put it on, let it dry, go to bed. In the morning I will put on another coat without showering. And then it really depends on the severity of all of this. But in the afternoon, and that's probably not even necessary for most of the people, because I'm sure for most of the people one application will work fine. For me, just for some reason, they just love me. They don't want to go away. I need a little more than one application. So, you know, if I'm gonna put this on my kids, dilute it obviously, one application is enough. On my wife, one application is enough. It will be gone after one application. But I do I do put on 3 applications or 2 at minimum within about 8 hours apart, and then it should stay on for about 24 hours. And then shower it off. And the best thing to do before you shower this off, just in case there is some left, drink peppermint tea. They will hate your skin, and they will try to detach from your skin after you drink peppermint tea. And I noticed that I don't want to get into details right now, but I did notice that. So it's much easier to shower them off after you drink peppermint tea, because they will try to detach from the skin. They will not die, but they will detach. And really strong hot shower is really good too. And by the way, don't listen to the doctors when they say don't use hot shower, don't use alcohol, because that actually feels so good, and I believe it helps. The hot shower and alcohol and the cotton swabs, and with the cotton swab just swab the skin, holy cow, that's a relief. Okay? Hot shower, same thing, is just such a relief, and the strongest stream you can get out of your hot shower. I mean, it really depends. It really depends on the shower itself, but I actually use the garden hose outside with the sprayer, with the strong sprayer. It's more like a pressure washer sprayer, and I pretty much, after like a big attack on my legs, I just use hot water as much as I could take it, and I just pressure wash my legs, and I completely take them off my legs. I mean, not 100%, but 80%. 80% I pretty much take them off with really strong, pretty much just like a pressure washer thing. But be careful, because I did tear up my skin in one part a little bit with the pressure washer. So anyway, and this will be like a really nice lotion, like smooth silky skin. Okay, and this is already dry on top here. It just took 10 minutes and it's dry. This one is still wet, but just let it sit for 10 minutes and it will dry too. It will get completely dry. Alright, I hope I covered everything.